Okay. So last time we started building our AI trading bot with help from Gemini. We asked Gemini to create a bot for us and we started copying and pasting the code into our Jupyter notebook. We managed to set up our API credentials and moved on to the data acquisition. This time we'll continue with that. If you've watched the previous part, you know that there is something peculiar about this function and that I even wonder if it's going to work, but we'll get to that in a moment, and meanwhile let's check what is in this function. This function takes in a symbol like BTC/USD, a time frame, like 1-minute bars, and a start date. The end date is optional, and if you don't provide it, it'll just default to today. Next up, we convert the start and end dates into actual datetime objects. That way, we can loop through them and fetch data chunk by chunk. Why chunk it? Because Alpaca limits how much data you can pull per request. For example, if you're using 1-minute bars, you can only fetch up to 10,000 rows at a time, which is around 7 days worth of data. So we have the loop that is designed to fetch 5 days of data at a time. Inside the loop, we make a request to Alpaca. If the response is empty, we print a warning and move on to the next chunk. We also sleep for a second between requests to be nice to the API and avoid rate limits. After all the chunks are fetched, we glue everything together. Then we clean it up by removing any duplicates, sorting the data chronologically, and making sure we don't go past the requested end date. Finally, we return the full data frame. And here is our peculiarity. Yeah, that's not a typo. Somehow, the word timeframe ended up in Bengali. It's probably just a localization or translation hiccup on Gemini's side. But maybe it's something different. Anyway, we finished our last part with the question, will this even work? And now we'll check it. So here we go. And as you probably expected, it didn't. Python took one look at Dot and just noped out. I'm guessing Gemini was feeling a little too multilingual when creating it, or maybe it thought our code needed some cultural flair. Either way, Python doesn't speak Bengali yet, so we'll help it out by switching back to good old English. But before we do that, before we ask Gemini to fix the code, let's copy and paste all the other parts so we have everything in our notebook. And yeah, I know, if you're vibe coding in Cursor or Windsurf, you probably already have all the code sitting neatly on your machine. But here, we're doing it the old school way, just chatting with Gemini in the browser, so we've got to do a bit more hands-on copying. Anyway. Let's now copy the error message from our notebook into Gemini and ask for help. Hopefully, it'll know what to do, even if we wouldn't have. Fixing the code takes time, so let me just speed it up a little. And there we go, we've got our newly fixed code. Looks like Gemini does see the problem, so that's definitely a good sign. But will it work now? Fingers crossed. Let's copy and paste it one more time to our notebook. Let's add our Alpaca API keys we've used before. Restart the kernel. And here we go. And there we have it. The code works. We've successfully connected to the Alpaca Paper Trading account and fetched the data. Thank you, Gemini. You are the best. So, as you can see here in our data frame, we have timestamps, close, high, low, and open prices, volume, VWAP, and the Bitcoin symbol. That is cool. Now we can take another look at the code and see if anything's different from before. And here we have our time frame, minute. This time, in simple English. And we can even see that Gemini marked it as corrected. That's a nice touch. Okay, so now that we've got more working code, we can clean it up and structure it a bit more before moving forward. Let's go ahead and copy all the info Gemini gave us, along with our conversation, so we understand what was changed and why. I'm not sure yet if this is the best way to do it, but hey, it's how we're doing it for now. Honestly, I don't even know if there are any real standards yet for working with AI, what to include in comments, how to document the workflow, things like that. If you do, let me know. In the meantime, here thanks to this we'll have everything in one place. And once we have all of that, we can move on to the feature engineering step proposed by Gemini. For this, Gemini suggests using the Pandas-TA library. It plans to use SMA, EMA, RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, and ATR as features. These are pretty common technical indicators, so that looks good. Let's see if it's actually going to work. And no. It doesn't. Too bad, I had high hopes. But that's okay. It just means we've got something to work on next time. In the meantime, you'll find all the code on my website. So if you want to play around with it and try making it work for yourself, go for it. Just remember, everything we're doing here is using a paper trading account and is strictly for educational purposes. The bot created by Gemini probably isn't the most optimized version, so this is not financial advice. The bot might not make any money, and could even lose some. So please be careful, and if you ever consider using something like this in a real trading environment, talk to a licensed financial advisor first. Alright. I hope you enjoyed this short part of the tutorial. If you're into AI, machine learning, or trading, check out my other videos, and I'll see you soon with the next part.